So,
oh my
you know,
God,
when it comes to anybody
people
on this side fighting Bud Crawford, man, I just think it's, you know, Crawford just needs to get away from Bob. Like I said, Bob doesn't even give him credit that he deserves. His own promoter doesn't even respect him. He needs to get away from that man, be his own man if that's what he needs to be. And I think he'd be able to negotiate better fights from there.
Shout out to Adrian. He said, man, so much boxing going on this summer. You ain't never lied. Smash my likes, get my likes up. The Stream King is back. We back to talk Shakur Stevenson. There's a couple of different things I want to talk about. Shakur Stevenson performance received a lot of criticism. Teofimo re-signing with Top Rank. Not re-sign. Well, it's really an amendment to his existing contract. But they said on the telecast that he had signed an additional 2 years. So it's kind of like re. But I don't know if it'll be classified. But yeah, I got a packed conversation for y'all. Make sure y'all smash the like button. Hope Bradley, he said, we up in here. Can you be my girl? Hit it. Shout out to everybody, man. The love has been phenomenal. When they hate, donate. It's okay. I'm going to just keep making the channel great and finding new ways to try to impress you guys and uplift this beautiful sport we all love called boxing. The sweet science. Listen, Eric 415, Bay Area. What's good, Ego? Poppin'. C. Carter. Now listen, I gotta get this off my chest real quick. Whoever invented the paper straw, your mom's a hoe. I said it. I said it, and I meant it. I'm gonna tell y'all again. Whoever invented paper straw, your mom's a hoe. I hate paper straws. I don't really hate many things. Hate paper straws. Like, this is listen, I'm all for the environment. Captain Planet, he's a here. But y'all could have found something better. I hate paper straws. Like, this is like the antithesis of the bane of my existence. I hate, but you helping the environment. Man, I'm about to slap the environment. Give me some better straws. Like, bro, Starbucks tried to use, luckily I have straws at the house. They trying to do the little paper straws. The shit be floating and disintegrating, bent the fuck up. Nah, come on, bro. This paper, y'all gotta do something. I'm using plastic. I don't litter and all that extra stuff. Plastic. Listen, y'all mad at me? Y'all gonna have to stay mad at me because I can't even drink. It be breaking and nah. I don't like them. The money keep coming in. Shout out to my boy Adrian. The grind never stops. I am a machine. I'm pretty sure I'm a cyborg, an Android, but I got an iPhone. I said I'm an Android with an iPhone, spinning like Cyclone. I shine when the mic's on. Y'all biting like Tyson. Hold on. I never lose to a buster. That's no Tyson. Hold on, listen. I said I'll never lose to a buster. I'm no Tyson. Every time I get off, y'all be reciting, copying. Like Tyson, y'all be biting. I'm an Android iPhone, spinning like Cyclone. Listen, it's okay. The kid with the golden voice is back. Hate these damn paper straws. Shout out to Adrian. Much love. Representing the Philippines. Got a big fight with a major Filipino. I got some videos coming, so check that on the channel. Manny Pacquiao versus Errol Spence. Big money. I like that name. I'm about to hurt some of y'all feelings. Nah, see, listen. I feel like a lot of y'all got this one wrong when it comes to Shakur Stevenson. Listen. I'm on my channel. I'm the trendsetter, never been better. I get cheddar like I got a vendetta. Hold on. A lot of people is on the wrong page when it comes to the Shakur fight. We're going to talk about it. This man said Haney dominates his fight. He gets hit and buzzed for a few moments. They criticize him. Stevenson dominates the fight completely, and they criticize him. You can't win for losing when you're a black fighter. No, bro, listen. I just did the video about it. I disagree with all y'all. The Haney fight was different. Sometimes in boxing, now let's cook. I'm giving you my opinion. The Shakur Stevenson fight, I understand the constructive criticism about his fight being boring. It's different. In boxing, now let the master work. Y'all came to my channel, so listen to my thoughts. Listen, I'm not accountable for what other people say. I don't know what other people are talking about. I'm giving you my thoughts, my breakdown. You on Boxing Ego, so get ready for some ego and boxing. Smash the like button. Bro, there's a lot of people, I don't even know the word to use, but there's a lot of people that want to be, down like Brandy. They want to be like woke and this and that. So they're just saying like the Shakur Stevenson fight, in my honest opinion, was anticlimactic, and it left more to be desired. Now, I am a realist. Now, listen, I'm about to get surgical because this is a good topic. This is a good topic. I'm about to get, I'm surgical with this bitch. Jake! Now I got to get on my Denzel stuff. See, a lot of people are misconstruing. And it's funny because they say, oh, bias ego, you're so biased. I give real thoughts at all times. The Shakur Stevenson fight, for me, left more to be desired. I was watching the fight, and then I was watching the Nate Diaz fight, and I'm a pro boxing person well before UFC, but the Nate Diaz fight was cracking. The Shakur fight, every round kind of looked more or less of the same. There are a lot of people in the comment section, and they're getting angry and saying, oh, blah, 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 because I agree with Tim Bradley. Like, normally, I don't always find myself agreeing with Tim Bradley, but he said he was put to sleep. You could be like, he didn't need to do all that and say all that. I get that. But at the end of the day, the Shakur fight left more to be desired. Furthermore, I see people in the comment section, and people are saying stuff like, oh, the hate that black fighters get and stuff, and they're trying to sound like woke on this situation. This isn't one of them, bro. Like, we know in boxing there are times where black fighters particularly are not given credit, and they are labeled boring marathon runners, This fight yesterday for a main event, based on the comparisons Shakur's receiving and stuff, left more to be desired. That is okay. He is young. He can bounce back. I'm not saying, I'm not old media. I ain't saying it's over for him, but some fights just don't live up to your expectation, and that's okay. That was one of them, right? Robert Easter. I like Bunny. He fought Rances Bartholomew. The shit was trash. It was a boring fight. Those two styles put in one singular ring was a bad watch. It was a bad watch. Listen, Trice said that was a good fight by Shakur. Block these motherfuckers, bro. I'm the one talking. You start your own YouTube channel and build you a following so people can follow what you talking about. Y'all not gonna just be in my comment section, not letting me get my thoughts out, and then trying to condescend everything I say. Listen, block. Oh my gosh, we had to hit Trice twice. Block him. Y'all gonna listen to what I'm talking about. Don't come to my channel if you don't come to hear my thoughts. Motherfucker, oh, it was a good fight. They just try to be condescending. Okay, we got something for you. Shout out to Hope Bradley. Block him. Nah, y'all gonna listen to me on my channel. Y'all gonna listen. Bro, the Shakur fight was anticlimactic. It's that simple. There are times, and I'm the fucking pioneer, bro. I'm the pioneer of this shit. You know what I mean? So there are times where black fighters aren't treated fairly, right? Black fighters are called boring and stuff like that. I don't think a lot of people are like mincing and misconstruing this situation. It's that simple. I thought the Shakur Stevenson fight left more to be desired. The ESPN commentary, not my favorite. Andre Ward's good, but the rest of them, really not my favorite. But when they're criticizing this was something different. Based on all things considered, you have a guy with crazy pro level experience, amateur experience in Shakur Stevenson and a silver medalist, and you have some random African. Bro, Top Rank, and this is part of the problem with the matchmaking for Shakur. This is part of the problem. You pull some random person that no one's ever heard of, you're going to get this type of criticism if the fight looks like that. Difference. Floyd Mayweather is fighting Hall of Famers and they still said he was boring. That's a far cry from what we seen last night. Floyd is fighting De La Hoya, an Olympic gold medalist with a better resume at that point maybe than he, or an equivalent resume, and they say it's boring. That's different than what we seen in the Shakur fight. Shakur says, I will not lose to a cop. And Shakur was in his face at the weigh-in. Shakur is the guy with the better pro level experience. He's the guy we know. So it's different. People keep trying to make everything sound like it's happening because of old media. Bro, trust me, if old media on that BS, I'll call it out. I'm the originator of that. You know what I'm saying? When y'all was scared, or channels, now call people out and it's fashionable. I've been doing this since it wasn't fashionable. It was anticlimactic. People keep trying to they try to secure Shakur and save that performance. But what I'm saying, if you look at it, it's okay to have a performance like that, learn from the criticism and improve, get better. For example, Devin Haney, it's the same thing. He fought Gamboa. If we're being honest, that wasn't my favorite Devin Haney performance. I like Shakur. I like Devin Haney, right? Those weren't my favorite performances. Devin, maybe hearing some of the criticism in the Gamboa fight, trained his ass off, and he came back and he had a masterful performance with somebody who's fresher in Jorge Linares. Shakur can do the very same thing, but a lot of you motherfuckers is out here in my comment section saying, oh, Tim Bradley's bugging. No, the fuck he's not. The fight was anticlimactic. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the fight propelled Shakur's star power way crazy. And part of it is the matchmaking. This is what you're up against. You match the person with somebody no one's ever heard of, and the perception is that it's a lacking performance when it looks like that. The guy probably has some pop. There's a lot of strong African fighters from Ghana and all that. I mean, Josh Clottey. But this is what you're up against with that type of performance. And for me, it could be a learning lesson. Shakur, a lot of people aren't realistic. I give you the most realistic in all of boxing talk, right? I'm not discounting Shakur. Shakur, he still might beat Oscar Valdez or whoever, you know what I'm saying? But he has to take that performance, take the criticism, take what you did right, and learn from it. It's that simple. But for a lot of people, they're acting like this is like some big, like the man is not giving Shakur credit and shit. This is not that. It was anticlimactic. It wasn't my favorite thing. But like I said, seen it. He young, he can bounce back. Devin Haney had the Gamboa performance. It was kind of flat. It's okay. It's boxing. People have flat performances. But for whatever reason, people are trying to act like the fight, like what I'm saying is I'm speaking a foreign language or I'm speaking in tongues. But if you could watch Errol Spence and Sean Porter or that fight again, we know what you would. Why is Shakur the blame and not his opponent? Oh. I don't know if I'm living in an alternate universe. Why is Shakur the blame? Okay, listen, I'll pretend that's a good question from a regular. Here's why Shakur is to blame. Shakur signed with Top Rank, and this is who your team collectively put you in with. So the threat level is very, very unknown. From I don't even know the dude's name, Nakathila, Adina Howard, whatever the dude's name was, right? So this is one thing. Your team, this is who they got for you, right? You said, I'm not going to lose to a cop. You was in the weigh-in and saying, You also have the pedigree. People seen the classic sparrings with Hank or Devin, whoever. You're the Olympian. So when all of this stuff is placed in front of you, then you have to deliver. And that's what Tim Bradley was talking about, etc. You got to do yourself favors. So he's saying, why is the opponent to blame? Or why is Shakur to blame? Shakur says, so there's a tweet, and it's encapsulated by Top Rank. He said, pressure bursts pipes or makes diamonds. I can't wait for this fight. Boom, boom, boom. But then maybe he went in there a little bit overconfident, and this dude at least had survival tactics, or it was awkward to the point where he wasn't even really willing to make those like chances, or didn't have the answer to how to dispatch of him differently or more impressively. So this is how he's implicated. His team is also implicated because Top Rank made the match where nobody even knew who the guy was. So when that's the case, you already know it's you're bad press if the performance plays out like that. Kamal odds $5. Shakur didn't help himself when he promised to beat up the Namibian dude because he found out he was a police officer back in his homeland. Talking about out to Kamal. That's what I'm saying. Like, people aren't they want to detest what I'm saying, but you can't really reject what I'm saying. Furthermore, I'll prove it. Okay, I'll beat any man in this room in less than 60 seconds. So Kane or anybody else that disagrees, step up to the plate, and then we'll see who's the last man standing when it comes to these points. Bro, I'm with the smoke. Listen, I know what I'm saying. I don't know if some of y'all know what y'all saying, but I know at all times what I'm saying. I know I'm putting my best foot forward. So since y'all know so much, step up. We'll do hot seats. I don't care if you're a regular. I don't care where you from. We'll do it. I'm with that smoke. Bottom line is the Shakur fight left more to be desired. It wasn't my favorite performance. Does that mean it's over for him? Absolutely not. Does it mean that he won't grow or have better performance? Absolutely not. We're not saying that. But then, bro, Kane said, I'm not disagreeing. You asking questions, bro. Whoever wants smoke in this debate, let's go. I'm ready for it. Listen, you're saying, oh, why is he not to blame? Bro, they're all to blame because this is what was put in front of us. But for the people acting like I'm talking crazy for talking boxing objectively, that's on y'all. But if you disagree, feel froggish and leap as I continue to cook on this video. So I'm with that. Again, people act like you kidnap Shakur's family. No, bro, it's nothing that serious. He's a young fighter. Take this angst or whatever you feel and just build from it. But for people to act like I'm speaking in tongues, this is what Shakur said. I tried to knock out Nakathila a little bit, but I started getting hit with some solid shots. I ain't really like it, but next time I'm gonna work on moving my head a little bit more and step it up a little more. Quote, to be honest, I didn't really like my performance, Stevenson said. I felt I could have performed a lot better, but he was an awkward fighter. You had an awkward fighter throwing hard punches, and he knows how to grab and get away. He's a real awkward fighter, that's all. Once again, Ego Stradamus, the king of all things, strikes again. I told you immediately after the Shakur Stevenson performance what I felt. I told you this morning what I felt. There's a lot of people that are acting like I am hating and anybody who's saying anything about Shakur in this performance constructively. Listen, you're always going to have the lunatic old media haters. But if you ever try to box me into that category, that's where I got to get you. Now we can show the separation. He admits himself that it wasn't his best job and his best performance. Shakur Stevenson also took to his social media, Instagram and Twitter, and says, I apologize to my fans for my performance. I don't think he needed to apologize for his performance, but that goes to show you that obviously he wasn't content with his performance either. So don't make it like what I'm saying is foreign to you. How you gonna say what I'm saying is wrong and the fighter who y'all are trying to protect from constructive criticism is agreeing with me? Whoop! Come on, man, give me some better work. And at the end of the day, this is why your boy Ego goes down as a legend, because I give it to you real at all costs. I don't care how you feel, I give it to you real. I like Shakur. I got pictures in my phone with Shakur. Me standing next to when he was a kid, bro. Kid to me, you know what I mean? He's a good fighter. He has skills. But like I said, the pressure is on for a variety of reasons, and you guys can play these games and act like what I'm saying don't make sense to you. But in the end, you're gonna look foolish. Some performances warrant some level of constructive criticism. Now, if people are hating, again, which does happen in boxing, like this dude said, Shakur is Broner 2.0, block him. I don't know what he talking about. See, that's what I'm talking about. Now we see this is the fine line. Like, he's saying some foolish shit. Block Nick, what's his name? Knicks fan or whatever, New York Rican. Block him. Yeah, get him out of here. You don't know what he's talking about. He's just randomly hating. That we not talking about that. Okay, Devin Haney is a hype job. Okay, these people just saying lunacy. Block him too. Get him out. I don't even care what he talking about. David GN, that's a good night. That's good night. David GN, block him too. See, that's the difference. What I'm saying is absolutely accurate. I don't know what these goofballs is coming in talking about. Come on, block him again. You were being constructive, but Bradley wasn't. He was going overboard, rolling his eyes when Shakur was talking. I mean, I'm not Bradley. I don't know what he said, but hold me to what I say. I don't care what Tim Bradley, Tim Burton. I don't care what none of these motherfuckers. I'm telling you what I'm talking about. Bradley, but part of his stuff was constructive. I can't, if Bradley has a weird approach or whatever. But see, this is the thing. People are saying Bradley is way off the mark. He's really wasn't. The performance left more to be desired. That's it. You could try to protect or save Shakur. He's telling you it wasn't his favorite performance. I just read the quote. He literally said, to be honest, I didn't really like my performance. I tried to knock Nakathila out a little bit, but then I started getting hit with some shots. Cool. He's young. He can learn from it. It could just be that. But a lot of you in the comment section, y'all don't know when to be objective, apparently, and you just riding for a cause, and it's just because. That's a bar. I said some of y'all are riding for a cause, and it's just because. Listen, it's okay for a fighter to have a flat performance. It's not even that big of a deal. Fucking Teofimo, it's not anybody. Teofimo fought Nakatani. He didn't look good. It's okay to fucking say that. Bro, it's okay to say that. You see what I'm saying? I'm on the road to, oh my. I said it's okay to fucking say that. I'm on the road to riches, Wheel of Fortune. I'm Pat Sajak. Listen, oh my, y'all can't say Jack. Stop playing with me, bro. It's okay. Like, boxing fans are soft. It's like boxing fans been soft since Snoop came through and crushed the buildings. I said it's okay to fucking say that. I'm on the road to riches, Wheel of Fortune. I'm Pat Sajak. A lot of y'all can't say Jack. Y'all don't know boxing, man. Come on. Shout out to Big Dog Willie. Think Shakur has the most upside in this new era. It could be true. He has skill. Nobody's doubting that. But listen, a lot of people aren't being objective when it comes to Shakur. And for that, a lot of you, I would never allow or ever want you on my team directly. Because guess what? The way I was raised, my parents, tough love. Sometimes people need tough love. I would never, ever want people to just be yes men to me. If I'm messing up and I'm, you know what I'm saying, doing something crazy, I want my people to talk. You should be thankful. I'm like Scarface of boxing. You need people like me. I'm telling you the real at all costs. I like Shakur. I like Teofimo. But when Teofimo ain't fighting Devin, I'm going to tell you that. If Teofimo fights Nakatani and he don't look good and it's flat, I tell you that. When Shakur Stevenson's last 2 performances and fought this African Nakathala or whatever the fuck his name was, and it looked flat, like where we feel like he could have put some things together a little bit different, then I'll tell you that. That's it. I'm the realest out. It's without a doubt at this point. Some people are, like I said, they're trying to stay loyal to a cause or preconceived notions that they talked about. I am not saying it's over for Shakur Stevenson or he doesn't have an upside or he can't beat certain people. It's not even that serious. But to admit a fighter had a flat, Devin Haney, when he fought against Gamboa, kind of flat. Like, you felt like Devin Haney could have pulled some based on his skill. And really, the funny thing is this, when I'm talking about Devin, when I'm talking about Shakur, when I'm talking about Teofimo and Nakatani, I'm actually giving them a praise because I expect a good amount from them based on them being skilled. You don't hear me having these conversations, these tough love conversations with Brandon Rios, because like Brandon Rios, he is who he is as a fighter. You know what I'm saying? So I just expected a war with him. I expected action fights, no defense, stuff like that. The reason we're having these conversations with the new crop of fighters, the double XL freshmen, is because they are talented. They are good. You know what I'm saying? So you want to see the best for them and not just you like, if you expect me on my channel that I started from the ground up with no help, like, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody put a mic and paid for my equipment or gave me the voice or the insight or whatever. And if you expect me to have a fighter, whether I like them or not, whether they black or not, Mexican or not, or whatever fucking different categories, and you think that they're above or beyond any type of constructive criticism, get the fuck off my channel, because that'll never happen. I don't care who mad. Don't watch me ever. Unsubscribe. Do all that shit y'all be talking about. I'm with that. Don't watch, because it ain't nobody above criticism, or you can't say nothing. They're in some protected class where you can't have constructive. Listen, and this I told you, a lot of y'all getting soft in this boxing game. A lot of people is acting like everything is fucking hate. Stop it, bro. Everything's not hate. Some things are meant to apply. I'm not hating on the kid Shakur Stevenson. What do I gotta hate on young future champions? I don't have no reason to hate it. Like, he ain't never done nothing to me. What the fuck I gotta hate on him for? You know, so of course I would love to see a young brother in America shine and succeed. Listen, he dominated, he won the fight. A lot of people, including Tim Bradley, including myself, including the ESPN telecast, also felt he could have put things together a little bit different to achieve a more emphatic victory. That simple. Can he learn from this, build from? Absolutely. Prada Pierre, I agree, Ego. I didn't mind the performance, but I felt he could have pressed the attack a little more. He got the dub, and congrats to him. And that's what I'm saying. People have who's a champ? Or not a champion. Bro, y'all better stop. Bro, listen. And I understand the baseline of boxing. I understand that some guys are punching power styles make fights. So some guy with reckless defense and crazy power, he might be able to produce knockout. I still think Shakur Stevenson can get knockouts. He just has to approach it in a calm, collect, and educated way, but he can still do it. Sometimes you can outlast a guy in if you hit the right shots and the right punch points on a fighter over time, that's going to drain you mentally, which could lead to being drained and lethargic in the fight. So there's different, I've seen guys who don't really have the much power, and you mentally drain a fighter, keep them on they like thinking and keep them moving and different things like that. They're not going to know what to do, and that becomes physically. That simple. Tim Bradley stopped Brandon Rios. Brandon Rios had never been stopped and was always known as a tough guy in boxing. Bradley, he didn't have no power either like that. I think what's triggering people the most is the fact that for decades, boxing keeps labeling skilled black fighters as boring. I don't give a fuck because, like I said earlier, there's a time and a place. Like, of course, nobody likes generalizations or stereotypes. We all know that old media is fucking full of idiots and racists and shit, and they be saying the dumb bullshit. I get that. But there are random times where the shoe may fit in a particular given performance. It doesn't mean that Shakur, like some of you guys, like it's like I'm gonna change my name from Boxingego to Babysitting Ego, because that's all I do is babysit the game of boxing. Bro, I don't care about we know the problems and the racism in boxing, but that doesn't mean you lump everything into those causations if that's not what happened, and in a given situation, the shoe fits. For example, there's police brutality where a policeman will pull over a innocent black dude. The dude don't got no weapon, and he'll get bucked and blasted for no reason. That's wrong. That's foul. But I also have seen videos where the police will pull over a black person, and then the guy takes their gun or some shit, and then the other cop shoots him. That's not the same occurrence. You see what I'm saying? Like, in one situation, it was outright racism or the cop was scared and it was foul. And then there are situations where the cop was like, the person did something crazy wrong, which led to their demise. That's what I'm talking about. This is the thin line that we have to understand and address. There are times, all the time, which is why Colin Kaepernick and myself and other prominent people have spoke on these issues. There are times where it's unwarranted, somebody is slain from a cop, and we all see it on Facebook or we see the video on Twitter, and it's absolutely foul. I get that. Fight for that. But then there are videos that you can find on the dark web or wherever where it is a white cop and a black person, and then the black person like took their gun, and then the other cop or something, like I just said, like something crazy happens, and then now it's like, okay, that's different. Or he pulled out his own gun and he started, then that's something different, bro. But just because you hate cops or you think you can't lump everything, I go by a case by case basis. I look at this situation, I'm like, that's foul. There was no reason for that. That was excessive force. But there are times where the cop is in the right. You can't be like, oh, what you a coon, you a sellout because the person did something that led to their that doesn't work with me. I know what I stand for. I know my heart is pure. I know there's bad cops. I know there's racism, but I know there's good cops too. And I also know that there's situational things where it ain't what you're making it. You know what I'm saying? Like there's times where someone's racially profiled and kicked out of a restaurant. Shout out to Cerny Banders. Let's go. $5. I told you I was going to get deep on this one. That's what I do. I'm like a porn star. Okay. Big facts, ego. I've seen videos like where we know the culprit, the causation is they're racist. They're profiling. They didn't want a nigga in the building. You know what I'm saying? Or in the restaurant. But then there's other things where somebody, black, white, Mexican, or whatever, they got kicked out, not because they raped, they got kicked out because they was doing the foul. That's simple, bro. So what dude just said, he's like lumping everything. Like, I get it. Edeslandi Lara, Ward, they called him boring. They called Floyd boring. But the major difference is Ward is fighting Kovalev, a known threat and commodity who's super dangerous, and he's not looking boring. I was at the fight, both of them. I wasn't bored, and they said he was boring. Floyd fighting De La Hoya, Canelo, Maidana, they saying he's boring. Edeslandi Lara, Afro-Cuban, he fighting Canelo, Alfredo El Perro Angulo, and they saying he's boring. And he in there with real killers, Paul Williams. You know what I'm saying? Swift Jared Hurd, and they still saying he boring. That's the difference. So if we can't identify the real problem, this is the problem I have. Y'all trying to bleed all the issues together, and it stops it from the real ones. You know what I'm saying? It stops from the real issues that we have. The Shakur Stevenson fight, in my honest opinion, wasn't my favorite performance, and it left more to be desired. It's that simple. It's that simple. Does that alleviate the fact that old media be on that BS, not putting black fighters like Jermell Charlo on the pound for pound list? That's its own issue. That to me wasn't what I seen in Shakur's performance. So I'm not gonna act like the shoe fits. It's like a puzzle. You have 1,001 piece puzzle, and this you try to force fit it. It looks like it could fit in the spot. You trying to force fit it. I don't do that. I give you objective, realistic boxing talk. Again, I shouldn't have to babysit y'all when it comes to these talking points. Shakur, he got the W. Sometimes that's all you can do. Just get the ugly win and learn from it and move on. And I'm good with that. But some people is out here trying to act like this shit was scintillating and electrifying. Stop it. And the thing is, I'm not condoning old media because, again, when they say Floyd's looking boring, Floyd is like, I'm taking notes. Like, this man is he's the real Matrix. Floyd, he like when he fought Guerrero, old media, they're gonna lie and say that's boring. There were shots whizzing by Floyd like this. Floyd's like this. Even his highlights is crazy. You look at the highlights for the Shakur Nakathila, and it's not gonna be as many clean cut, clear, decisive, really, you know what I'm saying, defined moments. Like, I'm an editor, bro. If I edit Shakur Nakathila as an editor, as a person who splices videos up, I got more work messing with Floyd, Canelo, Floyd, Robert Guerrero. And those guys were considered bigger threats, and Floyd was older, period. So that's what I'm doing. Everyone trying to bleed this like it's all the same. Listen, I use this analogy before. It's like someone who's going to have a blood transfusion. If you're O positive or have a certain blood type and you need a blood transfusion and they just put whatever type of fucking blood they want in you, you will die. You know why? Because all blood is not blood is blood is blood. You have to have the right type of blood, the blood type that goes well with your body to reduce or eliminate complications. This Shakur shit, y'all trying to act like it's the same blood type as Mayweather. Mayweather's O positive. Edeslandi Lara versus Canelo and Hurd is O positive. Rigondeaux got hate. That's O positive. Who else got crazy hate in boxing for being gifted? Rigondeaux, Floyd, Edeslandi Lara, Devin Haney get hate right now, etc. That's not what I seen with the Shakur fight. There were things that I think he could, made his point a little bit different. That's simple. That's simple. If you fail to see that or acknowledge it, then that's on you. If Shakur Stevenson versus Nakathila was your favorite fight, you watch that every fucking day. And it's funny, people are arguing with stuff that Shakur ain't really even arguing. He just told you that wasn't my favorite performance. But I'm the bad guy. All right. Listen, the money keep coming in. Yeah, just y'all gotta mess around. Just pay me, bro. Pay me for my. Shout out to Eric Martinez. He said, "Love the video, bro. Ego, keep up the great." That's what I'm saying. Everybody trying to see. This is what I'm saying. It's too many. It's in my opinion. It's too many goddamn narratives in boxing, the problem that we have with that is because with all these narratives, it takes away from the real narratives that are going out. Like Deontay Wilder, in my opinion, he's really getting unwarranted, unnecessary, unadulterated hate. Wilder is. Lou DiBella, who used to promote Wilder, says Usyk has a better chance at the titles than Wilder. What? Used to promote this man? That's different. That because Wilder's getting hate where it's like, where is that even coming from? Why would your old promoter say that Usyk, and Usyk ain't even look good? He ain't even look good at heavyweight. That's different. That's different. He just getting hate for no reason. Shakur Stevenson, y'all trying to lump everything in with hate, but he's telling you he's sorry for his apology. I mean, he's sorry for his performance, and it wasn't his favorite work. Now you can, mince words and be like, oh, Bradley shouldn't have called him out and said I was going to sleep. That's up to you. But the baseline of what Bradley was saying is it left more to be desired, but some of you guys aren't objective enough, so you can't realize that. You just pick your favorites. They're already predetermined. Bradley says some crazy cockamamie shit, or he'd be cooning or whatever. So nothing he says is going to trump what Shakur did or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't operate on. I'm giving real life analytical breakdowns. You don't like it, fuck you. I don't know what to tell you. And again, if you aren't willing to, you're not real friends. You know what I'm saying? I like Shakur Stevenson. I want to see him progress. So sometimes you got to light the fire under somebody. You know what I'm saying? And give them real advice, real critique. That's different from old media saying, oh, Rigondeaux, when Bob Arum said, oh, every time I mention Guillermo Rigondeaux's name, HBO throw up on their desk. That's different. You just hating for no reason. That's just different type of hate. Rigondeaux cooked Donaire, who is relevant right now, just got a knockout. Can I get an amen? Nonito Donaire just knocked out in a couple rounds an undefeated fighter, Aubali. Now, and years ago, Rigondeaux beat him and cooked Donaire and had him seeing doubles, holding his eye. And Bob Arum and old media was saying like HBO want to throw up, and Rigondeaux, nobody wants to watch him. And that's different, bro. That's outright hate because it's unnecessary, bro. What Wilder is getting, that is unnecessary hate. Can I get an amen? That's the point I'm making. It's the thin line between these issues as it weighs on race relationships in boxing. It's a fine line between that and an actual constructive criticism of Shakur not putting his foot on the gas or knowing how or finding a way for outmatch, outclass, overmatch type of dudes like this African dude. And here's another thing. You got to blame Top Rank for it too, and ESPN for it too, because this is who they matching him with. Two, they keep comparing him to Floyd Mayweather. The stakes are going to be high. That's Ruth's Chris. Listen, I said the stakes is high. That's Ruth's Chris, bro. If they weren't comparing him to Floyd Mayweather, and a lot of boxing wasn't comparing him to Floyd Mayweather, maybe there would be less pressure to shine versus Nakathila. You see what I'm saying? So you have to look at the whole picture, and that's what I do on my channel. This ain't anti-Shakur or whatever. I'm not saying this I'm saying this because I like Shakur, bro, and I rate him. You know what I mean? But a lot of y'all, like I said, a lot of y'all soft. Y'all, it's like it's already predetermined. You already have in your mind. And this is why I continue fucking boxing up and making this bread, because I feast off the emotions and emotionality of it all. Because a lot of y'all, as grown ass men, you're either impressionable and you just hear whatever you hear from other people, Instagram page or whatever, and you just run with it. You can't think for yourself, and you can't be fair and objective even when it counts. Listen, again, I'm not gonna keep saying this. Shakur, he's a beast. He dominated, but there is a way to approach a guy like the level he was in. That criticism is gonna come. You're matched with someone like that, and you say, I ain't losing to a cop, and they comparing you to Floyd, and you have a mark under your eye, and even though you won in that way, like you're gonna get some type of criticism for that. That's again a far cry from Floyd Mayweather. Floyd, he be 40 plus, fighting cruiserweights, Logan Paul, fighting big ass Canelo, who's still relevant, still good. That's different. That's different, and I shouldn't have to explain this. But again, a lot of beta male energy, and a lot of people are like, they're trying to stay on code. Man, fuck all this shit. I'm telling you what it is. And all you motherfuckers talking about like, oh, stay on code and stuff to a point where you can't objectively look at. You the reason why you stagnate people's growth. The thing, listen, I force growth. I'm like the sunlight. I force growth. because the points I'm making are sincere. They're from the heart. They're not malicious. They're not to beat up on Shakur. Like, because, you know, there are things he did right, too. Keeping his distance, his ring generalship. You know, he's calling out the best. Like, he's doing stuff right. So it's not like just, oh, let's just rag on Shakur. But people like you be the reason why people can't truly grow, because you a bunch of yes men, women, or whatever. And it's like, you don't want to have independent critical thinking. Listen, if somebody says, Ego, I love your videos, but you need to get a better mic, it's hurting my ears, I'm not gonna be like, oh no. And then 1,000 people are saying it. What am I gonna be like? Y'all all racist? No, the race don't have nothing to do with my mic sounding like fucking shit. You know what I mean? Yo, some of y'all don't know, man. Come on. It's a difference. It's a difference. So I would never, if you guys are saying my stream right now sounds horrible, that's constructive criticism. If you're like, man, it's hurting my ears bleeding, boom, 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 then maybe I need to up my audio. But I know my audio sound butter, so I ain't worried about it. So I'll use that as an example. I love Shakur's style, that boxing hit and don't get hit. All right, Floyd got hit or didn't get hit. He would hit and didn't get hit, and it looked more electrifying. That simple. So listen. Like I said, Canelo, Robert Guerrero, all them dudes, they got shots whizzing by Floyd. Defense was tight. Shakur's kind of keeping his distance and stuff and making sure you don't get in a certain proximity. So you guys can say whatever you want. I don't really care. Start your own YouTube. But Shakur, to get him to the promised land, he has to remain smart, remain tactical, remain skilled, but there is going to be more that's expected when it comes to outmatched opponent. I mean, this is just common sense. I don't understand why this concept is so hard for people to understand, bro. It's like really mind-boggling. The man himself said this wasn't his best performance, but you want me to argue for the performance that he out his own mouth said wasn't his favorite performance. I mean, it defies any logic. So I must be talking to Beta Mill. He himself told you that there's no reason. Did you see Chris Colbert apologize after the Arboleda fight? Why would you even apologize? I don't think he needed to do that, for the record. But Chris Colbert, there would be nothing for him to apologize. When we just seen a youthful Gary Antoine Russell just destroy a guy that went the distance with Broner and Giovanni Santiago. Gary Antoine Russell, who's also very young, who's also black, he just cooked the guy better than Broner. He didn't go to his social media and say, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry." Why would he say sorry when he cooked the man? You see what I'm saying? Jaron Ennis cooked Lipin, and he didn't say, "I'm sorry for it." Like, it's like mind-boggling that people aren't getting the message. They're like, "Oh man, F Bradley." All right, I mean, F Bradley, that's cool. I ain't Kim Bradley's keeper, so I don't care what you say about that. But there's a time where it's not just hate, it's really constructive criticism. And if you guys can't separate the two, then it's on y'all. He said people are tribal. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like people doing too much. Like, for example, I'm gonna get to you in a second. Come on. Hold on, let me get to Kamal Oz right now. He's sending Sonny to like $10. Let's go. A lot of people lack perspective and are biased. They want a one-size-fits-all. Ooh, all cooking. They want a one-size-fits-all solution to every situation. Facts. Like, it's like a snapback. It's like, I gave Shakur props for when he cooked Pitbull Diaz and stuff like that. I look at boxing on a case-by-case basis. If you're not objective enough to do that, then I don't give a man. Kamal Oz says, off topic, but I can't wait for your unpacked video on Thurman saying Vince conspired against him. Yeah, I heard some of it. I gotta brush up on that. That's a good one. Shout out to Kamal. Yeah, smash the like button. Bro, Kamal just cooked y'all. Some of y'all want a one size fits all, and it's because you personally like Shakur Stevenson, like we all do, or a lot of us do. It's like, it's a snapback. It fits any size head. Pause. It's not reality. That's not reality. No more than Jamie Foxx. I think Jamie Foxx is incredibly multi-talented. He's a pianist. He's a comedian. He's an actor. He's also won and done dramatic roles, right? That doesn't mean every fucking movie that Jamie Foxx does is a blockbuster hit. So of course, the little cartoon movie he just did, I ain't watched it, but I heard it was dope. Ray, I Might Need Security. My name is Willie Beeman, who got the lady? I got him creaming, and all my fan, I got him screaming, you can defeat me, you're dreaming. What? Bro, that's Willie Beeman. I love Jamie Foxx. I think he's highly talented. Hit R&B songs. She said she wants some Marvin Gaye, some Luther Vandross, a little Anita, and Terence at this party. Bro, that's Jamie in Living. How you living? What? How you living? What? In Living. It's like a balloon. You see, it's never too late and it's never too soon. Take it from me inside to be in Living. Bro, that's Jamie Foxx. So despite his impressions be on point, I look up to Jamie Foxx. That doesn't mean every fucking movie he did was a fucking hit. He did Held Up. I don't even remember that shit. So it's probably trash. They did that movie Sleepless. I ain't watch it, but people I entrust, my homies, they said it was Tritidash. It's okay, bro. It doesn't make Jamie Foxx less of a legend. Eddie Murphy. I love Eddie Murphy. Golden Child, Coming to America. But if someone is doing a movie review and they say, hey, Coming to America 2, Bowfinger, it was mid. It wasn't my favorite thing. That's okay, bro. Block Sai Ali. Get him. He motherfucker got a duck. Yeah, you Daffy. You like Daffy and Duck. Get him out of here. What are you talking about? Call in. Call in for what? Who are you, bro? Man, get these dudes out my shit. Held Up was okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, why is boxing any different than that? I love Jamie Foxx. I love Eddie Murphy. Classic Harlem Night. Quick, don't shoot. You made me kill my boy Tommy. You made me shoot my boy in the back of the head. Quick. Classic. That don't mean Nutty Professor. Classic. That don't mean the Holy Child. What's the Holy Man? That shit with Jeff Goldblum? Trash, bro. No matter how much I like Eddie Murphy, this shit was trash. I don't remember liking that. You see what I'm saying? Boxing fans act like damn maniacs. Quick. Stop shooting that little motherfucker quick. You know what I'm saying? He said Pluto Nash was the one. Man, I ain't watched that. But that's what I'm saying. Like, why would boxing be any different unless you're like, listen, everybody has an inherent bias. That just goes without saying. So, conscious or subconscious level, everybody's biased to a degree, right? Tell you otherwise, they fucking lie. So everyone has a bias. But you know me, if you listen to my channel long enough, I definitely give support and credit where credit's due. And I don't only look for rugged, unnecessary brawls and bullshit like that and brawlers only and hate on everything else. But it's okay for me to constructively say and look at Shakur's performance and say it was anticlimactic. So the people, if you mad at me, I don't give a fuck. Unsubscribe. I don't care. You're not finna make me. I'm different, bro. You're not finna make me feel how you want me to feel because you want me to feel that way. Listen, shout out to the kid Shakur. He won every round. I think there's things he could have did. Can he improve? Yes. Bro, Teofimo. And see, this is the criticism I give for everybody, if warranted. But if you're not willing to do that, then you'll never in life will you achieve my level of boxing and boxing. You'll never achieve it because you're not even being real with yourself. I like Teofimo. I think he's cool. But looking bad with Devin Haney, in my opinion, he didn't look great versus Nakatani. It is okay. Why can we say Teofimo looked bad versus Nakatani? Okay, cool. He looked bad. A couple fights later, he knocked out Comey, or his next fight, he knocked Comey out, and then he beat Lomachenko. Okay, so he back popping. Shakur can do the same thing. But for me to just act oblivious and act like I was highly entertained, man, fuck y'all. Fuck what y'all talking about. Teofimo fought Nakatani. The fight was boring too. Like, it just wasn't, he didn't look, he looked flat. The next fight, he knocked out Comey. Okay, he back spicy. Then he beat Lomachenko. Okay, he back. Now he fighting George Kambosos. Let's see what he's talking about. Like, what part of, I told you, boxing talk is getting soft. Like, people, they act like because you like someone, you gotta love them. Like, this is a marriage. Like, I'm married to Teofimo or Shakur. Pause. Like, Shakur can do no wrong. He can. There's nothing I can say. It's just like, oh, you're the best ever. Like, bro, it's not reality. I mean, even Floyd Mayweather, bro. Floyd Mayweather fought Logan Paul. It was mid. I mean, that wasn't my favorite Floyd fight. It's okay for me to say these things. You understand that? And if you don't feel it's okay for me to say it, then get the off of my channel, bro. The Logan Paul fight was you know what I'm saying? It was cool. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, people be doing too much. Like, oh, you gotta stay on code. I ain't no fucking Tim Bradley, B-hopping nobody. But the Floyd, I was more entertained with other performances than Logan Paul. That don't have to be my, say whatever I want. Shout out to Cerny Banders. There's racism in many instances. When people apply the label of racism in places where it doesn't belong and apply, it takes away from the, oh my God. Shout out to Cerny Banders. From the legitimate messages from the real victims elsewhere, and it won't be taken serious. That's what we're getting to. Shout out to Cerny Banders. Appreciate you for the super chat. That's what we're talking about. And it's like a female says she got me too'd. You got me too'd. That's horrific. Sorry you went through that. Let's see how we can get you some psychology. Let's go after the culprits. There are times like that. But if it's some gold digging bitch and she just wants some money and she's lying on somebody and saying that he did, like, I don't feel Pac did what the girl said he did. I don't think Mike Tyson did what the girl said he did. That's my personal opinion. So it does hurt the real issues if there is a little skio gold digger chick who people are labeling her as a victim and she's really not a victim. She's victimizing somebody by her claims. He said Jin Sushi. Yeah, shout out to Kamal. That man said Jin Sushi. That's what I'm saying. Like, and we gotta draw that fine line. Again, old media, we know what type of BS they are. The Shakur fight really was anticlimactic. I mean, you could try to spin it. He's not even arguing with this. So I don't understand why what I'm saying sounds so crazy to.
I'm gonna say something. This is the hurt business, yes, but this is also entertainment.
Get off the feet.
And,
get off the feet.
You know, to Dre's point, there is an opportunity for Shakur to step it up, but he needs to be willing to take the necessary risks to get in the inside and go for the stoppage. These type of performances right here, they don't do anything for, honestly, they don't do anything for you. They really don't.
Some guys deserve to be respected for a 12-round period because they're dangerous, and some guys got to get out of here so we can go home. Nakatila will do this all night long if you allow him.
What? See, I don't have nothing wrong with what Dre and Bradley was saying right there. Like he said, some guys must be respect. Like Ward fighting 12 rounds with Carl Froch or Kovalev. All right, you just busted him up. Cool. That's not the Nakatila stuff. So Dre was dead on. Some guys you fight, it's gonna go 12. Floyd De La Hoya. If you disrespect De La Hoya at that time in the ring, De La Hoya get you. It get you. I think Shakur could have got this. This is so tough love, whatever you want to call. I think Shakur could have got. Who believed that Nakatila was not gonna get knocked out or knocked down or badly beat by Shakur? Who thought Nakatila had a chance? I did or I didn't. So we can keep the answers uniform. If you thought Nakathila had any level of chance, say I did or I didn't. Did you think Nakathila had any chance? That's what I'm saying. Like Bernie Sanders just said, we got to draw that line in the sand and separate these issues. Old media not putting Jermell Charlo on the pound for pound list, that's foul. That's foul because we know what place that is coming from. Shakur being in a fight that is lackluster, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just summarize that as old media is hating. Bro, Dre just told you some guys had deserved to go 12 rounds because you have to respect them. I think Shakur skillfully could have done more if he approached it. Probably came in overconfident, thinking, who's this African cop? Whoop him. And then it was more difficult than he thought, whatever. Guy had more power than he thought, or whatever. But it's okay to have these assessments of it. Mo City says Shakur gave him too much respect.
Some guys deserve to be respected for a 12-round period because they're dangerous, and some guys got to get out of here so we can go home. Nakatila will do this all night long if you allow him.
So don't allow him. Find the exit door. He has chimed in, sending in the message saying, and this is from Mark Kriegel, either Shakur starts throwing some combinations against this amateur, or don't be surprised when people start calling you a boring fighter. Tim?
Hey, you know, there's some truth behind that, honestly.
Off the feet.
Whoop, sneak shot.
Has to be willing to do it, though.
That's where Nakatila wants Shakur on the outside. Shakur's got to get closer. He's got to close that distance.
Come on, Shakur, what are you doing? A lot
on the outside.
Of movement. It's a lot of movement. Shakur respect that power, man. I'm letting you know he feels that punching power. I'm gonna say it. Shakur is worried about getting hit. That's all he's worried about. He's worried about getting hit. He doesn't like to get hit at all. Tess, I'm still trying to digest what we just witnessed. I understand it was a mastery boxing lesson from Shakur Stevenson, but this is the entertainment business. And I had a hard time at times actually staying awoke.
Well, that's the ESPN telecast. I mean, whether you agree with that approach to the situation or not, you gotta I was in college, it's some college. When I was in college, we had a guest speaker, and he was like, I don't know, it was some fake Eric Thomas motherfucker. And he was like yelling, he was like one of them yelling, like energetic ass thing. And he was basically saying, statistically, people care, 80% of the people care not what you said in your public speech, but how you delivered it. And I can see how that's a reality. People are so like weak that they're not even listening to the words. They listen to the delivery. Like, you don't like Bradley's delivery with what he said or how he said it, so you're not even listening to what was said. Or you don't like Dre Ward, or in the past you disagreed with them or ESPN. So now nothing they say holds any weight to you. And that's weak. To me, that's weak-minded, where like, bro, you could be a homeless person and have gyms. You know what I mean? So just because it could be like if somebody's cooking, somebody's cooking. If somebody says something where there's some element of truth to it, then that is what it is. You can't just like, because you like them or you don't like their delivery, or you like their delivery, then now they the ones. Like, come on. Like, there's a lot of people in boxing I don't always agree with. Bob Arum, Eddie Hearn. But if Eddie Hearn made a valid point, then he made a valid point. I don't always agree with Eddie Hearn. But if you can't decipher and get up out your feelings, to me that's kind of weak. A sign of weak. Can't be objective. You know what I mean? There's a lot of fighters that I truly like, whether I don't have to prove it. Leave it. Or he's one of the youngest in charge. I like it. You know? But that don't mean I'm gonna give him credit for the performance. No different than, like I said, Jamie Foxx, I truly rate. I think he's multi-talented, but he's been in bad movies. So I can say that, bro. Robert De Niro's great. Denzel's great. But because they turned in a bad movie, well, I'm supposed to act like the movie was great. You know what I'm saying? It's just, some of y'all weird. He put on a boxing lesson. I get it. But you can't say I'm not going to. And part of, like I said, someone said earlier, how is Shakur to blame? He said, I'll never lose to a cop. And he had the bravado pre-fight. And his team, ESPN, the top rank, they comparing him to Floyd. Who are going to hold you to a higher standard. And you're an Olympian. So you know it comes with the territory. Listen, so we can wrap up the Shakur. The other thing is this. Make sure y'all smash the like. YouTube out here wilding. YouTube out here wilding. I need y'all to smash the like button. Here's the other thing. It's not even just about punching power and stuff. We know some guys just got cracks and stuff like that. But Chris Colbert is a person that people question his punching power. And he was sizzling versus Arboleda. He looked damn dangerous. And it wasn't boring at all. Like, there was nothing. The way he is a boxer, and people question his power, and the man was cooking Arboleda, who was super dangerous. Listen to me, if you really know boxing, they're in the same division. Arboleda, he fought, I think it was Jason Velez, and he was looking good in that fight. Then after he fought Chris Colbert, some people questioned his power, and he was out here cooking. He was out here cooking, throwing million punch combos and looking dazzling. And it's a guy who can box and stuff like that. He's also a young cat, and people question his power. So don't tell me. I just watched Clarissa Shields go into a secondary sport that is unfamiliar, uncharted territory, and she got a knockout. And people question her power in boxing. Can I get an amen? Did we just see Clarissa Shields? Can I get an amen? Did we just see Clarissa Shields go into a sport that is not even her own, where people in boxing question her power, right? They say, oh, she don't get knockouts. She's not known for knockouts. Same thing like they say to Shakur or whoever, right? And she went into some other foreign sport, which is not her innate, where you got to deal with grappling and wrestling and back against the cage. The shape of the area you're fighting in, the setting is different, than a boxing ring. And she just got a knockout. So, and this was a girl who had all fights and it was bigger than her and stuff like that. She got a knockout in a foreign sport, a sport that was foreign to her. So you can't tell me that Shakur skillfully couldn't have probably sliced it up a little bit different. You know what I mean? And if the guy had power, if Shakur invests to the body throughout the whole fight, the power is going to be lessened. That's all I'm saying. It makes perfect sense if you allow it to. How many times has Floyd fought bigger people who had crazy power? Chico Corrales, De La Hoya got popped. Shane Mosley clearly hurt him and had pop. DeMarcus Corley, Dab Judah. And these are legendary people. Ricky Hatton, Canelo, Pacquiao. Bro, Floyd always fought bigger people. Victor Ortiz, they all damn near, except for Pacquiao and maybe Hatton, they was all bigger. It was all bigger and crazy punchers. Marquez got power. You know what I mean? So I do understand that lane where Shakur has to figure out ways to step on the gas safely. I'm not telling Shakur to just abandon defense and, like, if he can't do it, he can't do it. Then that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But I think he can do it. You know what I mean? And that's that. I truly think he could dedicate to the body. And I think his defense is tight. So I really think he could get it off a little bit different. That simple. That's simple. So it's just like strategic and like almost like a mindset. Because like while some people complain about Crawford's recent opponents, yo, we got a $5 Cash App. Let's get it. $5 Cash App from Paul Ruffin. Salute to you. Some people question like Crawford, some of the welterweight choice. He's cooking them though. Everybody's getting cooked, and he moved up in weight more times than Shakur. So it's definitely doable. It's just kind of a approach and a mindset. Shakur, if I'm not mistaken, his trainer is the one that trained Jarrett Hurd, and he didn't look good. Jarrett Hurd didn't look good. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather look like Shakur than to look like Jarrett Hurd. You know what I mean? Because at least you could say Shakur ain't getting hit with crazy shots and stuff like that. So I get it from that angle. But if I'm not mistaken, his trainer, K. Karama, is somebody out of the Olympic Training Center, OTC. So maybe that is part of the problem as well. You know, no disrespect to nobody, but maybe if your trainer specializes in training amateurs and your style is looking kind of like the point system in the amateurs and you racking up points, maybe you have to get with somebody that can show you how to integrate all the wonderful skills you have from the amateurs and develop a little bit more of a pro style. You know what I'm saying? Like Errol Spence is an Olympian, but he also got a pro style. Teofimo, his style is pro. You know, and even guys like Ryan Garcia, if he lacks defense that Shakur has, that's obvious. But the way he's cooking people, you know, if he keeps doing that, he's gonna get a lot of fans. So this is just my opinion, and it's really out of like wanting to see Shakur do well. So I think these are little adjustments that he can make and get the ball rolling now while he's young. He'll be all right. He'll be good. You know what I'm saying? Because he already has definitive skill. We know that, you know? So maybe it'll come with experience, or we'll see. Anyway, let me know how I did in this video. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. I got more heat I'll be dropping. Stay tuned to the channel.